La noche se acabó, pero tengo otra ya contigo. Le doy gracias a Dios, siempre pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo, un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot, un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Siempre lo pasamos bien lindo, lindo. Un verano contigo lindo, lindo. Ey. Me fui de vacaciones, baby, me perdí, buscando el sabor que encontré en ti. Canela con dolor de Bacardi, lo sentí. Baby, me tiene desenfocado, viendo doble, bien borracho, demasiado jodido. Devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama. Tú y yo, un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito, bonito, un día bonito, bonito. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot.
Hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Yes, believe it or not, I am up at 2:30 in the morning in the UK, but don't worry, I'm actually not sleepy because we know things get dangerous whenever Anne does a podcast like past 2 a.m. in the morning in the UK. She'll even start forgetting slides and the main story. But no, my sleep patterns are a little bit crazy right now because obviously everything that happened with my laptop, I was also like a week late on writing projects. So I'm like sleeping in a lot later and like going to bed a lot later. So yeah, if you were wondering how I'm up at like 2:30 doing a podcast. And I almost actually wasn't going to do a podcast today, by the way. I was actually going to do it like early tomorrow morning, but then we got some extra pictures of Lilibert and Archie and Harry and Meghan. These were actually posted via a story on Meghan's Instagram, and all of the just wackadoodleness since Lily's birthday, I was like, I have to do a podcast. So welcome. Hope everyone is good. Thank you to Carol Lunn for being a member for 31 months. 31 months of great podcasts. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. Here's to another 31 months. I still plan on being here for a very long time. Oh, is there oh yeah, do you know what? There has been a Sussex fundraiser going. I'm just so sorry. I haven't really promoted it. But yeah, there has been a fundraiser going, so please go and check that out. Dominica, you said Archie's going to be tall like his father. Yeah, he is. I mean, look at him. He's in the middle of Megan's arm right now. Tall boy. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah, so yeah, the Sussex family did go to Disneyland. Now I'm gonna take a guess and say that this is probably for Lily's birthday. Don't know. But here are a couple of pictures, just having fun like normal people. Lily also got to meet Disney princesses, and they just had a normal day out at Disney, like any normal family. And while people were freaking out over a dance video, they were just having fun, undetected, by the way. I think that one of the difficult things now for the leftover royals is they have to, on the one hand, hold on to this sense of mystique that gave the royals power, while still giving access and being relatable. And the problem is that when they do actually, if they were to actually give access in an authentic way, in the way that Harry and Meghan do, we would probably see things that make them look very bad. So any access that we do get is very carefully coordinated. This is why you see Herbal Essences adverts. And Harry and Meghan just living their lives in the way that they are doing inadvertently puts pressure on the other royals. And this is where I think the other royals are struggling right now. Because they can't find a straight path on where to go forward in this modern times. In Harry and Meghan, you see two people who, yes, they are still members of the royal family, but there's a relatability there. And, you know, if you didn't know Harry and Meghan and you just saw this on your feed, you would probably just think that this is one of these influencer families with the kids and the mum and the dad, a day at Disneyland, hashtag sponsored by Disneyland. They have found that such a perfect balance between almost like modern day influencers of what they're doing in their business, the statesmanship of what I guess you would get if you were still a working royal, and the influence that having both of those things have. And that is what makes them so powerful right now. Of course, it was Lily's birthday, her 4th birthday. And Meghan gave us 2 posts, one with her and Lily, 2 photos that I don't think we've seen these. I mean, I know we did get a little bit of Lily's birth in the Netflix documentary, but I don't remember seeing this picture. Or maybe we did. Lily looking like she's about to start fight. She looks like she's looking at her now. Like, try me. She came out the womb like, try me. And of course, on a boat. Or I don't know, is that a boat or they're just by the seaside? I don't know. And then daughter and daddy post. Very sweet. And then of course, we got complete shock when I saw this. I was like, really? The video that now has, I think Meghan actually turned off view counts, or at least some people can't see view counts on her stories, but people who can still see them have been posting. And I think the last I checked, It had something like 20 million views. It's probably got more since then. And it's just, you can't really replicate this with PR spin. People are either interested in you to this level or they're not. And the meltdown from the Rangers is, as usual, ridiculous. However, I have to say, this time it's really not landing for a couple of reasons. Number one, people, because this has gone so viral, people outside of the squad have begun to pick up on how ridiculous some of the behavior is. There have also been several people posting about the fact that they don't believe Meghans Bump is real. There is a long-standing trend of accusing women of color, Black women in particular, but other women of color too, Asian women also, brown Asian women, of not actually being pregnant, having fake moon bumps, not actually giving birth to their children being fake, them having surrogates. It is a very coded Rism, I feel, to strip Black women and brown women of their femininity, of their womanhood, by saying that they did not carry their children. They did this with Beyonce. They did this with Serena Williams. It's a consistent trend. Oh no, that is a different slide. That's not what I was going to show you. I think I had an article that I couldn't. Okay, I don't seem to have it anymore. But that's why they do it. And I think also in the case of Meghan, trying to strip her children of their royal heritage by saying that these are not her, not actually her blood children. She didn't give birth to them, that she used a surrogate, that they're not even Harry's. All of these ridiculous rumors flying around, or conspiracies rather. But other people outside of the space have been picking up on it and just saying how utterly ridiculous it is. There was a tweet that went around that said, for those of you women who are pregnant, what are the bumps on her belly? I mean, you've never heard of Wi-Fi monitors in a hospital? And what's likely a private hospital also? Also, on the morning talk shows, Fox News, like, this is how you know hell has frozen over. Fox News was actually very polite about the whole thing. A couple of the commentators, I think there was one segment I saw, it was like 4 women and 1 man. The women were saying how much they loved it, they thought it was funny. One of the commentators actually was sitting there pregnant herself. And even the man, when he made a comment, he made a little, funny sly dig at Harry, but it wasn't, it wasn't jest. So when Fox News are being nice, you've got to wonder, how much longer can you be so ridiculous over a couple that is just happy and joyful? I'd like to believe low-key Meghan's just trolling, because nothing pisses off the UK, or rather certain quarters of the, tabloid reading UK public and the sycophants in the press, like joy. Nothing pisses them off like joy. You also had on Jeremy Vine, maybe I should actually get the audio for tomorrow. I didn't get it for today. But you had on Jeremy Vine the most ridiculous callers calling in and saying how it was unbecoming of a royal. So royals aren't allowed to dance in the hospital while they're pregnant. But they are apparently allowed to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein. They are apparently allowed to take money from the Bin Laden family. They are apparently allowed to take money from all kinds of foreign entities, and goodness knows what they're getting in return. But you can't just dance and be happy in the hospital while you're pregnant. It is truly ridiculous. It was also breaking news on Sky. Oh yes, and this was the face. This was the face of the commentator. He's just like, I cannot believe I have to report on this. And this is the funny thing, because yes, Harry and Meghan are no longer working royals, but they are royals. So it's like there's this obligation almost to have to report on them, even in the more non-tabloid news spaces, because they are still members of the royal family, albeit not working ones, members of the British royal family. Daily Fail, front page. Headline by Sarah Niggling Feeling Vine. Couldn't find anything too miserable to say, so we went with the privacy angle. Sarah Vine, who, by the way, just published a memoir, acting like she doesn't know what privacy is. Privacy means that Sarah Vine is allowed to publish a memoir about her life, including her marriage, but we still don't get to know every detail of why her husband couldn't stand her so much they got a divorce. That's what privacy is. Let's go to your comments. Thank you so much, Kevin Sims, for the super chat. And you can't fake influence and you can't fake charisma. No, you cannot. Thank you so much, Stephen Black. Stephen, how are we doing with your as ever packages? Didn't you get the honey? Have you been drinking it one drop at a time? Like you get the toast and you just put like one drop of honey in the middle. Like that's enough. Anybody else with your as ever? I think Lightside said she'd finished her stuff. Thank you so much for the super chat, folks. I believe there's now a leaderboard feature on YouTube for live chats, but I'm still trying to figure out how to switch that on. Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Lightside. This was a trend that started some time ago. So people were doing it. The song itself came out in 2013 and it went super viral in 2016. So they're just having fun like every other couple. Piers Morgan was apparently flapping his gum. I think I saw a screenshot of a tweet of his, but I didn't investigate further. He's actually not coming up on my feed as often. But he should really just stay quiet. Piers Morgan, whose wife was on Ashley Madison, a cheating website. Piers Morgan, whose wife apparently had to take a sabbatical from their marriage. Piers Morgan, who can't keep another woman, Meghan, out of his mouth while he has a wife. Ridiculous. The Shade Room also entered the chat and they were loving it. Did Harry just throw up a set? This video made me irrationally happy. Meghan can dance. I love these two. Meghan dropping it low. That's how she got into the situation. Somebody else saying, this is why they hate them. They are free and living life on their own terms. Meanwhile, his brother's hair is thinner than 1 PLY toilet paper. Oh my God. Yeah, the Shade Room said, we stand the ginger man and his wife. And super viral. Super viral. Meanwhile, people are out here in their coat dresses, having to read off a script to say 8 lines. Congratulations, finally, though. some congratulations are in order to Weighty Davy, I'm now calling him, for finally being added to the King's Honours list, and he will finally be getting that knighthood. So for those of you who don't know, in the UK, knighthoods are the second highest honour. I think is second only to the GBE, which people like David Attenborough and Bill Gates get. They give them to international figures as well. So it's like GBE, which is given for like international contributions. And then there's the knighthood, which is one step down, which is given for national contributions, and people who have excelled in their field. So that's what David's been fighting for. Now, I did a little bit of digging, and apparently one of the reasons actually his knighthood has dragged out a little bit is because he made some comments about him insulting the honors committee. Now, Beckham's team at the time said that some of the emails had been doctored by hackers, including inserting swear words, but they said that some of the emails were genuine. But he said that there were heat of the moment, communications between associates. But that was apparently why he expressed anger about not being granted a knighthood in, I think it was back in like early 2010s. But that was apparently the reason why his knighthood was red flagged. So they really have been making him work, which to me is still kind of ridiculous because all sorts of nasty people have been given knighthoods. Jimmy Savile got a knighthood. Rolf, what's his name? Another PDF file abuser got a knighthood. A lot of these creeps have. But I guess they just decided that that David was gonna really, really have to work to get his knighthood, and he'll finally get it. There's actually 2 times of the year when honors lists are put out for knighthoods. New Year's and also in June because of the king's ceremonial birthday. So this is Trooping of the Colour. Now, what's interesting is I don't think they've actually released the whole list, but somehow it got out a bit earlier that David was going to get his knighthood. What's that? I tweeted earlier that I had this weird feeling where it's like you're happy for someone, but you're also like feeling very petty about a situation. What's that feeling called? Someone help me out. What am I feeling for Weighty Davy? Bless him. Okay, let me stop being petty about David Beckham and let me start being petty about Elon Musk and the screaming orange. I think we're witnessing the beginning of the downfall, finally. Didn't take long. I mean, are we even halfway into the presidency? Musk tweeted, or apartheid love child, as I like to call him, he tweeted, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51 to 49 in the Senate." Is that an admission? Is that an admission of electoral interference? Because it kind of sounds like it is. And Trump went on, a rant saying the easiest way to save money in our budget is to terminate Elon's government subsidiaries and contracts. I mean, that's the only reason Elon got involved in this whole thing in the first place. He wanted to use American taxpayers' money to fund his crazy scientist dreams that he's building off of the back of other people who work for him. Elon's so-called genius has been debunked so many times that you are really just an idiot for following him at this point. This guy wants to be Steve Jobs or Steve Wozniak so damn bad, but he doesn't have the brain for it. Apparently, Elon is now wearing thin on Donald J. Trump's mind. The both of them are wearing thin on all of our patients. Cannot wait for these two to be gone, and it seems like they will be the end of each other. A truly horrid day for democracy that you have clowns fighting instead of doing what they should be doing, and that's serving the people. And I hope that everyone who voted for this clown finally feels embarrassed. Are you not embarrassed? If you weren't embarrassed before, you should be embarrassed now. Ugh. Okay. Was there anything else I was gonna mention? I will not keep you for too long. And I think Baron's on at the moment, so y'all can go over there. I'll just get through your comments and then we'll wrap things up. Thank you as always, y'all. Kevin, you also said being Harry and Meghan's PR team must be the easiest job in the world. Well, easy in terms of the reach that they get, right? Like they don't really have to do PR in the traditional sense in terms of like generating the press, because Harry and Meghan breathe and the press is generated. It's more trying to contain false narratives and being reactive. I think that's the work that their PR people do. Like they definitely don't have to fight for tabloid inches. Like I said you still have the empty jar in my fridge. Sort of weird, but I need the replacement. I mean, it's a perfect keepsake, right? That's what Meghan said. You could use it for something else. Stephen Black, who said, yes, I've been enjoying it slowly. I have several teas as well. Well, restock is coming. Pregnant women in my day were encouraged to walk around to assist bringing on delivery, and now they're encouraged to walk, dance, bounce on balls, whatever. Yeah. That exactly. Whatever it takes to get that baby out. Yeah, Meghan literally broke the internet with a dancing video. What? Sharon? Pierce must have been lacking his lips at the belly reveal on Meghan's mood board. What? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and Posh now has her lady title, of course. Oh. Yeah, they can stop. Posh and Bets can stop licking boots now. Moon, they're not you calling David a pick me. A royal pick me. Sandra, are we only 5 months into the presidency? God, it feels like the whole 4 years have gone already. Oh, like I said, I'm not taking calls today, but I will another day. Thank you for asking. Oh. Lottie, I am not going to read your comment out loud. But know that I am laughing. Yeah, based on that dance video, Harry and Meghan are never beating the allegations. They are never beating the allegations. And I think that is a good way to end. I will not play the outro because I need to go to bed now. Love you all. Go and enjoy Baron, and I will see you either later today or tomorrow. Ciao.